adjusting to vision loss. It's tough. No two ways about it. The mix of emotions, confusion, frustration, sometimes even anger. It's a lot. But, and this is key, you're not alone in those feelings. Most of us face them at some point.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, it's okay to feel overwhelmed at the start. Like I remember, when I first lost my sight, it was like I didn't even know where to begin. Even little things, like finding my way around the kitchen, felt impossible.
Oh, for sure. That's why setting small, realistic goals, tackling just one task at a time is so important. It's kind of like building a staircase. Each small goal is a step, and every time you reach one, you're building confidence brick by brick.
Exactly. And it's funny how those little wins add up. Like, okay, I'll share this. I joined this local support group here in Mount Pocono. Honestly, I was super nervous at first. I mean, walking into a room of strangers isn't easy for anyone, but doing it when you feel, I don't know, kind of vulnerable, that's like another level.
Oh, yeah, that vulnerability is real. So, what changed for you? Was it the group or just, I guess, sharing your story?
Both. Like, it's kind of wild, but the first time I told my story to that group, people were nodding, like really getting it. And then they started sharing their stories, their tips. Suddenly, I didn't, feel so isolated. That honestly was a game changer for me. It made me think, okay, if they can do it, so can I.
That's powerful, Brad. Connecting with people who truly understand, that's something that can really carry you through the tough days.
Definitely. And from there, I started setting those little goals. Like I remember thinking, let me just figure out how to organize one drawer. When I got that done, I thought, okay, on to the next.
And that's the thing. Those small steps, they can lead to something bigger. It's that foundation that makes all the difference. Once you see progress, you start to realize, hey, maybe this isn't impossible after all. Brad, it's those small steps you mentioned that really make the difference. And it's amazing how these days we've got tools that help make those steps a little easier. Voice activated technology, for example, that's been a game changer for me. 10 years ago, we didn't have anything like it.
Oh, totally. I mean, I use my Amazon Echo every single day. It's like having a little assistant, right? I just say, hey, set a timer for 15 minutes, and boom, I'm good.
Exactly. It's like whether it's reminders or managing your schedule, it frees up so much mental energy. And my kitchen, that was always a bit of chaos before I got organized. But tactile markers, they changed everything.
Oh man, tactile markers, those are huge. So, like, how did you actually use them in your kitchen?
Well, I started with the stove. Just simple raised dots on the dials. Now I know exactly where each setting is without fumbling. And for my spices, the labeled jars are sorted by texture on the top, so I know what I'm grabbing. It saved me from adding salt instead of sugar more times than I'd like to admit.
Huh, yeah, that could ruin a recipe real fast. And once you know where everything is, it's like your confidence skyrockets. I feel like for me, keeping things consistent, putting things back in the same place every time, is just as important as the labels.
Absolutely, Brad. Consistency is key. Otherwise, it's like resetting the board every time you step into the room. And timers, oh, another lifesaver. When I'm doing meal prep or even just boiling water, I always set a timer. That way, I'm not just standing there guessing how long it's been.
Yeah, and you know what? Timers are great beyond cooking too. Like I use them for cleaning routines. I'll set one for 10 minutes and focus on just one thing. It keeps me on track without getting overwhelmed.
That's such a smart approach, keeping things bite-sized and creating an accessible space. No matter where you are, it's kind of empowering, right? It reminds you that you still have control, and that control makes all these little tasks, well, feel doable. Brad, it's funny, we were just talking about creating accessible spaces, and I think that same idea carries over to daily living skills, cooking, cleaning, grooming. It's all about finding ways to regain control, even in the little things, right?
Oh, totally. It's like those are the basics that kind of keep everything running. And speaking of cooking, let's start there because, I mean, it's one of those areas that can feel totally intimidating at first, but it doesn't have to be.
Right. Start small, Pick a simple recipe, like scrambled eggs or even just heating up a can of soup. The idea is just get comfortable in your space. And tactile markers, like we talked about last time, they're a real lifesaver for your stove or oven controls.
Yeah, I actually use meal prepping a lot. I'll make a big batch of something, like chili or pasta, and portion it out for the week. It's such a time saver and honestly kind of takes the stress out of figuring out meals every day.
That's such a great habit, Brad. And cleaning, here's a tip. Use a system. Tackle one spot at a time, like always starting with countertops first, then floors. And cleaning products with distinctive scents, super helpful for identifying what you're using.
Scented products. Yes, I use citrus scented spray for the kitchen and lavender for other rooms. Keeps it simple and makes cleanup a little more enjoyable.
Absolutely. And when it comes to grooming, having a routine like brushing teeth, shaving, or whatever you need, it's all about consistency. Honestly, setting reminders on your phone or with a voice assistant can keep you on track.
Definitely. Oh, and I got to share this story. One of our listeners, Sarah, wrote in about how she created this weekly routine after listening to our show. She started with small steps, labeling her kitchen, meal prepping, setting up grooming reminders, and now she says she feels more independent than she ever thought possible.
That's amazing, Brad. And it really shows how these steps, even small ones, can lead to something bigger, a life of confidence and independence.
Exactly. It's like once you take that first step, those small changes start to snowball. You start realizing, hey, I can do this.
And that's the key takeaway from today, right? Adapting to life with vision loss. It takes time, patience, and creativity, but step by step, you can build a routine and not just survive, but thrive in your day-to-day life.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember, it's okay to reach out if you need help. You don't have to do it alone.
Well, folks, that's all for today. Remember, celebrate the small wins and keep building from there. Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Take care, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.